Hi everyone, so I'm back today to update you on the last round that I did, and since the round I did before, which was round 4, when I did 1.5 milligrams of DMSA, I decided to totally lower my dose, even lower than I had started initially. So I did a round on 0.375 milligram of DMSA, same doses, same times, and I wanted to really just see if it made any difference to completely lower the dose, because obviously the last round was far too high, but even rounds before that were difficult, so I just thought I'll try a much lower dose and see what happens. So overall, this was probably the best round I've ever had, out of all 5. There's not much to go off, but definitely a really good round, and I felt generally okay. I'll break it down for you though. So Monday, first day on round, not terrible, quiet thoughts, a little bit spaced, tiredness, aching jaw, pain in fingers and bones, headache, and I was really scared to start the round again, obviously, as you can imagine, but this Monday was fine. I think I had remember taking 4 doses and then thinking, right, I'm okay, I'm not gonna have a bad reaction because I've already had 4 doses. And I actually think I might have some lead, because when I'm taking DMSA I can feel pains in my bones, and lead is stored in the bones, and that's where DMSA takes it from. So I know I have a tiny bit of lead on the hair test, but I don't know, maybe it just doesn't show up as well. That day I actually had 6 bowel movements and they were quite dark. 6, I've never had that before. I didn't eat anything different, it was just, I don't know, maybe it was just some accumulation or something. Although I did eat a lot last weekend as well, but I didn't expect it to come out like that. But obviously my bile is a lot better now since the darker. Tuesday was actually more calm and grounded than usual. Felt a bit agitated, very itchy fingers, my fingers on the insides were quite itchy, no rash or anything, stabbing pains in my bones, found it easier to function that day as well, had quite a good day. Wednesday I was a bit anxious and agitated, felt a bit up and down, I was having sharp pains in my head, headaches, stabbing pains, ice pick again, metal taste as well, and I had some mayonnaise in a sandwich because I just bought a sandwich that had chicken mayo in it, and as soon as I had the mayo I felt really spaced out and almost trippy, and I was at uni and I was looking at the carpet and it was kind of moving like swirls, and I thought, oh, is that off mayo? How weird. But it's obviously because it's a thiol and I haven't eaten mayo in a while. I think I'm sensitive to some thiols and not others, I don't know, but I definitely need to avoid eggs and dairy, mayonnaise, things like that. Haven't really tried broccoli and cauliflower really much, and spinach, but I have tried a little bit of chocolate, but just a minor amount, chocolate chips. Been kind of alright with that. And then I was at work that afternoon, and then the depersonalization lifted, it was felt like a veil had lifted, so that was a really promising thing. That's only happened once or twice since then, since I've been experiencing it for the last year, so I can definitely tell that this is what I need to do. Thursday, I felt progressively worse, and then this is the first day off round, and then I had a nap. And then I woke up feeling much better, and I was actually happier in the evening, and that usual feeling of anxiousness and on edge and terror that I get in my body was missing, so that was really great. Woke up at night time really nauseous, and then when I woke up in the morning I felt really hungover. I think that's when I felt quite rough until I had a nap. So again, I think it was just the redistribution had hit in the middle of the night, and then once I had just slept it off again, it was alright. So I was really worried that the redistribution was going to really be severe last time, so I was quite anxious about that as well. and I started having the sodium ascorbate vitamin C, and I think I had too much in one dose because I had about 3 grams and then I had diarrhea. So I thought, right, well, I found that about 1 gram to 2 grams is the threshold per dose, so I can have that like a couple of times a day without having like loose bowel movements. And then I also had like a weird pains in my eyes, like stabbing pains, like, you know, when you've been out in the cold for a long time and you're really tired and your eyes are really painful and aching. And then I was looking at work and I was driving and my vision was suddenly really sharp and clear. So I was thinking, like, has it like chelated some lead or mercury out of my eyes or something? Because I just had a moment of real clarity, which was great. Just made us laugh. Like little bits like that just keep us going, like really keep me spirits up, because I can just see glimpses of feeling better, and it's so like rewarding and makes me feel a lot of hope rather than just constantly feeling bad. I realised as well, like moods can change so dramatically. Like I can be full of panic and despair one minute, and then an hour later it just lifts and I'm okay. But I just need to remember that it passes. Friday I was anxious for most of the day, but I handled it. It wasn't severe. In the morning I woke up with a really bad headache, and I was actually quite concerned, like, because I never get headaches, and it was really quite just persistent and dull and aching behind my eyes. And then I resorted to buying some aspirin. I never take painkillers, but I had 2 aspirin and it actually lifted after that, so I was really glad. And my mouth was really dry as well, like all day. So I think I was dehydrated really. I think it was just like a little bit of a depletion of electrolytes. And I was just like waiting for the anxiety to kick in all day. Like I was kind of on edge thinking, right, you know, when's it just going to swoop? Because it did. That's what happened last Friday or the Friday before. It just kind of dawned on us all of a sudden, but it didn't. I was generally anxious all day, but nothing severe to where I was like panicking or anything. Saturday my mood was stable and I was okay. Woke up feeling fresh and I went for a walk. I realised I need to take more ACE on my redistribution days just to support my adrenals, more adrenal support on redistribution. I had a nap that day as well, and then I got my monthly cycle yesterday, and it was painful, like normal cramp, but I didn't feel the normal emotional like difficulties that I usually feel with it, so I was happy about that. Today, again, quite stable, a little bit of like odd moments of panic or feeling a bit lost, but for day 2, like, of being on, it's not really too bad. Like normally I'm really struggling. I just feel absolutely drained today. I'm just so tired. Like I fell asleep on the sofa before, and I actually kind of fell asleep in the bath before. Like it was just a shallow bath. I was just lying in the hot water and I drifted off. Like I've just been like, I could just sleep all day. But I generally feel okay. Like a little bit spaced, but nothing really too bad. So I feel like I'm having more days of actually getting better rather than getting worse, like climbing up the ladder. I think what I've learned with the chelation is it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and you need to just take tiny little steps and you'll see progress, because as soon as you take a big step you just fall off the ladder. So I was really happy I did this round, and really happy that I've got through it without any awful like effects. I'm going to do another round tomorrow of exactly the same dose. I've just made up my capsules there with my capsule machine, and that actually is probably going to be the last DMSA round until I'd start the ALA. I can start ALA a week tomorrow, which is so scary and weird. I think I'll be fine with it though, like, because I'm sure DMSA is probably a worse chelator than ALA apparently, for side effects. But I'm not actually going to start the ALA till the week after because it's Christmas and I don't want to start it on the week of Christmas. So I'm doing another DMSA tomorrow, and actually I've heard that if you've got lead you need to do an 8-week chelation of DMSA only. You can have breaks in between, but next week I'll have done 8 weeks of DMSA. So I think like I'm just going to do that one more round, and then I'll feel really like proud that I've done the DMSA, and I can like start the ELA now, and then I might add in some DMSA once a month. I've also ordered some DMPS, which probably will be coming arrive by the end of the year, because it's coming with Royal Mail from Living Supplements in the UK. So I'll most likely as well do a round of DMPS on its own, just to see how I tolerate that one. It'll be nice to do the 6-hour intervals as well, and I only have to wake up once during the night. I know it's 8 hours with DMPS, but I'm a fast metabolizer, so I'll do 6. And I forgot to mention as well, last week I done a histamine tolerance test, so I know it probably takes more than a week to see if you're sensitive to histamines, but I stopped eating any histamines for about 6 days. I was taking antihistamines as well, and then I had a meal with like a lot of histamines, tomatoes, and I actually had a glass of red wine as well, and like cheese. And I try to like avoid things that are thiols as well as histamines, because I know like you can't tell the difference between what reaction you have, but I actually felt better after I ate some histamines, so I think I'm not really histamine intolerant, which is really good, because that's another thing I can not worry about. So I feel like I can just put that to bed now, and next time I'll do a test of another intolerance to see if I've got any issues with other types of foods, like oxalates I think it's called, and I've wrote a few down. Gluten as well. I know I'm sensitive to dairy, but I don't know really about gluten. I've went gluten free a few times, but I didn't really notice any difference, so I'll just do that in between rounds. And so overall this round was good. Like I'd be really happy for another round of this next time from tomorrow if this happened again. And also I'm planning on next year just doing a year of detoxing my body. So that's going to be quite an interesting thing to watch on YouTube. I'm going to do like some, obviously, chelation. I'm going to do some enemas, some like fasting, different things, acupuncture, saunas. I'm going to do different things to like detox my body, and I'll let you know what works and what doesn't for the depersonalization and the derealization and the anxiety. And I also want to say that I've been on the inositol now for about 10 days, and it's the best thing I've ever done. I'm taking 2 milligram a day, and actually people don't see results until 12 milligram. So, but I've seen like really good results. I think it's off the inositol. I'm also taking lemon balm as well, the tincture, but I think the inositol has really worked for anxiety, so I'd recommend that if you're not taking it already. So I think that's it for the updates. I'll keep you updated for next week, but I'll do next week, and then the week after it's Christmas, so I'll just have a break altogether, and then the week after I'll do a round of ELA. I don't know what dose I'm going to start on. I'm thinking 0.5 milligram. I don't want to do 1 milligram because I don't want it to start too high, because I'm microdosing DMSA, but then again I might be okay on ELA. I'll just see. I'll do 0.5 milligram, and then if I don't have any like effects either way, I might up it a little bit. But I don't want to start too low because I don't want to have to climb really high up, but it's always best to start low. I've learned my lesson now. So yeah, that's the update, and I'll come back to you next week. But overall, I can definitely feel like the derealization is fading, and I'm gonna say like it's just gonna get better from here, hopefully. And I've got faith now that I'm gonna be okay. So yeah, keep you updated, and I'll speak to you soon.